Okay, it is Wednesday night, and I am starting to do the prep work for our big celebration turkey dinner. And I am going to start by making pumpkin pies. Now, I'm not making my own crust because I have 2 frozen crusts in my freezer, and that's just going to have to be good enough tonight. I am following the recipe. I bet all of you have made this on the back of the Libby can. And I'll just read you. It's 1 can of this, 3 cups of evaporated milk, 1.5 cups of sugar, 4 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ginger, half a teaspoon of cloves. And then you just follow the directions. So that's all I'm going to do now. I'm going to make these pies. I'll see if I can get the camera down, and we'll get this filling made together. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can get the bowl down. Okay, I think we can do that. All right, so here is the big can of pumpkin. Two 12-ounce cans of evaporated milk. 1.5 cups of sugar. There we go. 4 large eggs. I don't know that they have to be large, but 4 eggs. Thank you, Lovey. And then the spices. So let me grab the can, make sure I've got it right. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, which give or take looks like that. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Should be about right. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger. That looks like about a teaspoon. And I believe it is a half a teaspoon of cloves. Yes, a half a teaspoon of cloves. And we will call that good. Let's make sure I got everything. Pumpkin, milk, sugar, eggs, salt, cinnamon, ginger, cloves. Okay, perfect. I'm going to mix this up. Okay, that is all mixed up. I am now going to take it over to the stove and fill my 2 pie plates. I'm not going to bring you over for that. It's just too messy. All right, let's get these pies in the oven. We're going to bake it at 475 for the first 15 minutes, I think. Yep, and then we drop it to 350 and bake for another 45. So easy peasy. I don't know about you guys, but I love pumpkin pie, but I love to eat it for breakfast the next few days after. That's how I maintain this Rubenesque figure, just if you wanted to know. Okay, our pies are in the oven, and I was supposed to be keeping track of the time, but I didn't. Okay, now I have it in my mind. Now, I'm making the stuffing, and I'm making a lot of stuffing because my husband really likes it, and it is a really good way for me to stay in his good graces. So, we're going to start with, let me bring the camera down, and we're going to start with a handful of chopped onion. And even though I did get those gorgeous carrots today, I'm not going to use them. I have some shredded carrot, and I want to get this done. I got a lot of things to do. So I added about a cup of that. And then I'm going to add 2 boxes of this stuffing, 4 eggs, and 2 cans of chicken noodle soup. I will do that off camera, but I will come back and show you the stuffing. We're going to put a lid on this bowl and put it in the refrigerator, and I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. This is the best stuffing. If my husband married me for anything, it was the cookies I made him when we first started dating, and the first turkey I stuffed for him and he ate. Yeah, he loved it. All right, let me get that done. I will come back and show you the finished product. Okay, I don't know where that cut off, so here's a quick look at my stuffing. It has everything in it: chicken noodle soup, carrots, onions. I'm going to add some broth. It's got the stuffing mix, the Mrs. Cubison's. That's the one I really like. Right there. A lot of these items were food bank items. When I make this video, I'll make a little clip and show you what was mine and what was theirs. Here's the chicken stock. Now, usually I have my own canned stock, either vegetable or chicken or even turkey, but I'm out. Girlfriend has gone through all of her good stock. Usually I like better than bouillon chicken, but I don't have any of that. I used the last of that yesterday in my soup. So we're using, I believe this is Knorr's chicken pollo. I don't know what it is. I don't have the original jar, but here it goes. And I'll bring you down for that. Just going to add a little bit at a time. I don't want a soggy stuffing. I want a nice moist stuffing. And that looks like it's probably going to be perfect. I will put this chicken broth in the refrigerator though, and in the morning when I stuff that bird, if I think it needs a little bit more, I will add some. Okay, I'm going to call that good. There's no reason for you guys to sit around and watch me mix all that in, and I will touch base with you tomorrow. Okay? All right. This is for us, you guys. I hope you enjoy this dinner. This is the beginning of it. Okay, Grandma, you're on camera.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Do I have permission?
Of course.
All right. So, Grandma and I are having a snack.
Yeah, what a snack.
What a snack. Okay, so this is one thing that I got from the food bank today, and the other thing, our guy brought us a cookie. The guy who lives right over there brought us a cookie to share, and we love to share cookies. So first of all, here is the pub mix. I've tried it. Grandma's tried it. I love it. Grandma, what do you think?
Yum.
So I noticed that it has these little Japanese rice crackers. And when I was in college, my best friend was from Hawaii and Japanese heritage. And she used to get these in care packages all the time. And she shared them with us. And every time I see these, I think of her. Yep. Do you want to try this one?
Sure.
Okay, Grandma's going to try it.
What an interesting looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a little rice. Sometimes it has seaweed wrapped around it. I ate that one already. But I'm going to try this one. This is like a little sesame.
It's not bad, but it doesn't have a lot of taste.
Well, darling, when you're in the pub and you've got 3 pints to the wind, everything will taste good.
Nah.
You want to pick something else out of there and see what you like?
I like these red ones. They're good. All
right, let me see. You talking about the cheese thingies? She's talking about these.
Those long things. Yeah, those.
These right here?
Yeah, those are delicious.
Is there another one in there? Okay, there's a couple, so I'm going to try that.
They're good.
They're good. Okay. We'll snack on this. But what we're really interested is in this.
That cookie is the most magnificent thing I have ever seen in a cookie.
Grandma, if we really like this, I'm going to make my own. Sugar cookies, we'll taste the frosting. We'll get the animal cracker and stuff it in the middle. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to break us off a piece because it is Momo huge.
It looks yummy.
You have this piece.
Yum.
And let's see what we think. I'm going to eat mine too. Oh, shoot me now. What do you think, Grandma?
It's delicious. It's a little bit hard to chew.
Is your piece a little bit hard to chew?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's too bad. My piece feels really soft and I'm able to
Oh, I'm able to get some of it now.
Try the center. Don't eat the crusty part. Try the center and see if that's a better.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Do you love it?
Yeah, good.
Okay. That is Grandma and I eating our snack tonight. In a little while, I'll go get the rest of my chickens. 2 of my little chickens are in. Lucifina, of course, is not in.
Lucifina is a naughty chicken.
Thank you. You heard it from Grandma. She's the devil. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She is the devil. Thus her name, Lucifina. I named her Lucifina before I realized she was actually the spawn of Satan in chicken form. All right, you guys. I might show chickens before I post this. Otherwise, you know, you get what you get. You want to say bye-bye, Grandma?
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, we've begun the process of bringing in the chickens. That is Lady Gaga. I open the door and she just comes in and lets me pick her up and bring her right on in. So hello, lady. Such a beautiful little thing. I just love you, you spicy girl.
Yummy.
This is Salahadin. He came in quite a bit earlier along with Ginger. Ginger likes to come in an hour or 2 before everybody else. And then she enjoys her one-on-one time with Grandma. So, Grandma, of these 3, which one is your favorite?
Oh, boy, that's a terrible thing to try and figure out.
I know. You're not supposed to ask who's your favorite children, but here we are.
I'm sorry I can't answer that. I love any they're precious.
Oh, my God, woman.
Look at them.
Oh, my God, woman.
How can you pick a favorite out of that?
All right, you're at the fair. Who gets the blue ribbon?
That's why I never judged it.
Oh, my God. She's killing me, people.
Of course.
She's killing me.
We just can't. Oh, look at that. Look,
She looks like a little porcupine.
Oh, I know.
She's just so fabulous. And she is the boss of these 5 chickens.
That is a chicken and a half.
I know. They may never go into the coop.
Oh, dear heaven. They're going to be...
They're so tiny and they don't smell up the house. And I don't know if they're ever going to make it out with the big... Oh, we got somebody's little butt. Ooh, shake your tail feathers. That's Gingy. Hi, Gingy.
It's so cute.
Hi, Gingy. Oh, now she doesn't want to play. She's got a lot of feathering to do yet. And then Salahadin is that black one. Hi, handsome boy. We think he's a boy. Hello, you sexy muffin.
That's a good chicken.
Oh, he is a good... I don't know. We think he's a boy.
No.
We think he's a boy.
He'd make a nice brother, but if not, he'll be a good hand.
All right, so you can see Grandma and I are going to play with chickens for the night. I pulled my pies out of the oven. They're gorgeous. I had a little leftover pumpkin. I threw that in the oven. So Grandma and I are going to play with the animals. I want you guys to see how well behaved some of the chickens are. So the first thing that we do for house chickens is we try to teach them to keep their butts on the towel. And these guys are doing very well. So we have Chicklet right here. We have Nefertiti. We have Chitty Bang Bang. We have Hannibal. We have Eleanor, who's just the perfect lady. Nobody's better than Eleanor. And then right over here we have Precious. Hi, Precious. Now a couple chickens were poorly behaved, just couldn't stay on the towel and be nice, so they are in their little nighttime quarters. That is Sissy. And the black and white one, that's Tess. And my other white one, who's usually very well behaved, that is Bridgie Butterball Jones Fatty Panties. She has to be in her kennel because she is not doing very well. So, Grandma, how do you love sitting up at night before bed and having such glorious chickens?
It is absolutely marvelous. We're having meditation.
Are we meditating?
Yes.
Oh, I love meditation. It looks like
meditation is wonderful, and they're talking and they sing.
Hi. They sing to Grandma and they tell Grandma all their adventures during the day, and Grandma listens to them.
They're so cute.
Oh, they want this. They really want to be as close to Grandma as they can get. She's the whisperer. Anyway, you guys, I just thought you'd want to see this. This is so precious. This is almost our every night routine. Unless I'm absolutely exhausted, I bring the chickens in, and then Grandma and I play with them. Now, Lucifina, Grandma, is still outside and will not come in. She might be kibbled for some big animal out there.
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to chase her. She needs to come to the door and walk in. That's ridiculous.
Oh,
so,
but
I don't care.
She might be terrorized by a lion out there.
I don't care.
There might be a
It's the big fat circle of life. And if Lucifina can't come in when she's supposed to, like everybody else, she can get eaten in the middle of the night.
Oh, dear. Poor Bill. Oh,
I know.
Poor Lucifina.
All right.
She was a nice chicken.
Well, we'll see if she comes in, but I'm done chasing her.
Oh, dear.
Okay, I wanted you to see this. The chickens don't want to go to bed. They want to sleep with Grandma. And we've had to edit a little bit because the F word has been flying around out of Grandma's mouth tonight. Because Lucifina has a name, and I'm going to say it for you without offending the YouTube, whoever does that. So we've been calling her Lusa, put the F word in there with the ing, Fina. That's her name. Now, Grandma was talking about her, and she used that name, and we had to edit. So for YouTube, we call her Lucifina. When we're not on YouTube, we call her Lusa, that glorious F word with the ing, Fina. And she's horrible. It took me about 40 minutes to get her in tonight. She's a beast. So I've got some pie in the oven. I'm going to go, well, not pie, leftover pumpkin. I'm going to go check it, and then I'm going to help Grandma get these birds to bed. And, well, I don't know, Grandma. It's 9:30. Can you stay up a little bit later if we have the chickens?
Oh, heavens, yes. Don't hurry yourself.
Yeah, Addie's already gone to bed, so really we can just play with chickens. Okay, that took a while, but I got it done, and I will show you the baggies. I look a fright, and my kitchen is hot. I am planning to take a shower at a break point this afternoon and kind of get a little bit pretty, you know, because it's a celebration and we don't need to look like Cruella de Vil today, but we might. All right, let me show you what I got. I got a quart-size baggie of celery. Okay, all chopped up, ready to go in casseroles and soups. So excited about that. I love to have celery. I also found about a cup, maybe a cup and a half of celery that had gotten lost in my freezer and was just so freezer burned. It's in my container over there. I'm going to feed it to my chickens. The other thing I did is I went through my freezers. I have this one up here and I have one out on the porch. And gathered up all my little bags of bell peppers to make sure that everything was in one place. And I have a gallon size of peppers. Now I put my newest ones on the bottom and my oldest ones on the top, and that's how I'm going to use them. You know, I use my peppers in almost everything, so good on us. We have a nice supply. And I also got 3.5 cups of chopped rhubarb, and there's my pen. Let me write that on the bag because I know that I'm probably going to be making jam. 3.5 cups. Okay, got it. All right. All right, I'm just cutting some of the bigger ones in half. I'm not really too worried about it because they're going to be in the roaster pan for quite a while. But I think those are uniform enough. I'm not going to cut the potatoes because I don't want them to be mushy. We'll stop with that. I'm going to grab an onion. I think I can do that while you guys are right here. This is part of those onions I got yesterday. One of those onions was not good. It was all dark on the inside, but that's okay. The other 3 appear to be beautiful, and I am very happy to have that onion. So I'm just peeling this. This is just the way I've always done it. I like to have these roasted vegetables on the bottom of my turkey dinner. I'm just gonna throw some onion in there. Let's see, I need to take off this layer. And just cut that up a little bit. That'll just add some nice flavor to these roasted vegetables. Whoops, come on out of there. Now I'm going to put a little melted butter on the bottom. Am I? Let me think about that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, woo, that onion's strong. Wow. Woofy. Let me salt and pepper that pretty good. Not too much salt, but a little. There we go. That looks good. And since I've got it here, we'll add a little onion powder. That looks great. We're going to add a little bit of garlic. That looks pretty good. And we're going to get our, I think this is a cookie drying rack, but it's what I've got, so that's what we're going to use. Right there. And right there. Okay. I think that looks good. Now, let me go and rinse the turkey. It's very important that my turkey is rinsed pristine. And then I'm going to stuff it. But I'm going to do that at my sink because I generally make a terrific mess when I do that. So I'll be back. Bird is stuffed. He is right here. 10 pounds of glorious turkey stuffed. And now I'm going to butter baste and season the outside of this bird. I've got my leftover stuffing right here. I'm going to bake that up because we are going to be eating leftovers for a number of days. Sorry, my little nose wants to run today. Let me go wash my hands again. Okie dokie. All right, hands are clean. Stuffing's done. Let's go ahead and butter baste this bird, and then I'm going to salt and pepper and season it. And then I think I'm going to add a little bit of water to the bottom, and that just helps make a glorious gravy when the time comes. So here we go. Now I'll be keeping this melted butter out, and as I check on the bird throughout the process, I will be adding more butter. I'm going to put foil over this, but we want a tasty bird. We're not going to go through all the trouble of cooking a turkey if we're not going to have it be so good. We just don't know what to do with ourselves. Okay, here goes the seasonings. I'm going to do a nice pinch of salt all over it. There we go. Not worried about the underside of the bird. That's usually what I make stock out of, so I'm not going to be too worried if that's seasoned or not. But this has to be seasoned. All right, I like pepper. And I don't know that I seasoned the bottom of my vegetables. I'm not going to worry about it because all the fat that drips down, it'll be perfectly fine. This is, what is this? This is onion powder. Let's give it a fluffy little dusting. And we'll give it some garlic powder. Oh, I just breathed that right into my lungs. My lungs are not happy. Okay, let me get a little piece of foil. And we will just tuck that right there. Protect that stuffing. I don't care about the wingtips getting all dried up or dark because I just throw those in and I make turkey stock with it. So it'll be all right. Now that looks very good to me. I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of water to the bottom. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. Hold on. Yep. Everything is, you guys won't be able to see me, so I might as well come up here. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of my chicken flavoring to that so that the water on the bottom of the pan is nice and flavorful for when I want to make gravy later. All right. That just kind of provides a nice little steam base for the turkey. While the fat starts to drip, it doesn't get all dried up on the bottom of the pan. And I think that's enough. Excuse me, I'm going to cough off. Oh, I'm not even on the camera. You guys are suffering. Excuse me. Okay, let's get the lid on this and get it in the oven. Okay, he is in the oven. I am going to roast him at 400 degrees for 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to drop him down to 375, 350, and let him continue at that temperature. I think it will be fine. Okay, turkey bird is not done, but I'm going to go ahead and give him a little butter roasting and put him back in the oven. I just wanted to check on him. Here he is. Vegetables down there are looking good. Got some nice juices down there. All right, we are now going to put together our sweet potatoes. Now, Addie doesn't love them, but Grandma and I do, so I'm going to make a fairly good-sized casserole of them. I don't know if the guys who are joining us for dinner will enjoy them, but I know Grandma and I will. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of my quarts of sweet potatoes. And you will remember about 3 or 4 weeks ago, they had sweet potatoes in huge boxes, begged people to take them. I took 7 of them. I did not enjoy peeling those and cutting those. They are hard. They're hard to peel and they're hard to cut, and I did not enjoy it. All right. My present self did not enjoy it. However, my future self, which is me right now today, is thrilled to have 2 gorgeous cans of sweet potatoes. Now, I labeled them sweet potatoes. I don't know if they're sweet potatoes or yams. I looked at both recipes and I just processed for the one that needed the highest time. We are going to use something yummy. We're going to use brown sugar and real butter, okay? But the recipe that I looked at calls for orange juice and vanilla. I've got a little bit of my own vanilla, so we'll be using that. And I don't have any orange juice, but I do have a pint size of, these are not pretty because these were just the end pieces of the ones that I made, those candied orange slices, and they're a little bit spiced with cinnamon and clove and all of that good stuff. And I think they will be delicious on this, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, my kitchen is hot, okay? I am not gonna put on another shirt for you guys. Love ya, but I just can't do it. So let's go ahead and get those jars opened. I'll mix the brown sugar, vanilla, and butter together. And then I'll just try to bring you back when I can safely bring you down to see this without seeing all of this. Actually, I don't care. I think I'm pretty well covered. I really do. It's a little cleavage, but if you got boobs, you got cleavage. So, whatever. Okay, let me get that done. I'm so excited to try this. I think it's going to be so good. I honestly just want to bake it right now and eat it. So, okay, I'll be back. Okay, we've already had to modify. I opened up my 2 quarts of sweet potatoes and I put them in my casserole dish, and I just don't feel like that's going to be the amount that I want to make. So let's come down and you can see that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it. So I'm going to open up my orange slices and I'm going to layer the orange slices over it. Then I'm going to do a brown sugar and butter syrup over the top. Then I'm going to repeat that process. And I wish I could find pecans. I have walnuts. I have almonds, slivered almonds, and somewhere I think I have pecans, but I don't know if I can find them, and I don't have the energy to search for them. I do not want to use walnuts in this. I only want to use pecans or the slivered almonds. So, in fact, I just saw those bad boys. We'll sprinkle these on top, and I think it'll be so yummy. So let me open this, and I'll be right back. Okay, let me bring you down. I'm going to do this layer, show you how I'm going to layer one layer, and then I'll do the other layer myself, and then I'll bring you back for the finished product. This will go in the refrigerator until I'm ready to bake it. I'm quite excited. Okay, down here is, see if I can get that to stay right there. Down there is 2 quarts of sweet potatoes, but like I said, I don't feel like it made the amount that I want. So we are going to first, I got a little bit of pepper in my salt, but I don't care. We're just going to add a little smidgy of salt. And I am going to taste these. Even though they're kind of cold and scary, I just want to see what they taste like, if they taste like the canned ones would. Okay, I'm glad I tasted them. They are not as sweet as the ones that I'm accustomed to. That's okay, we're going to fix that. Let me bring you down. Okay. So I made some brown sugar and butter, and I'm going to pop in a tiny bit of vanilla. Just a little smidgy. That's about a half a teaspoon. And I'm going to go ahead and pour that over the top. Now the consistency of these potatoes, they look a little mushy, but I don't think it'll matter. Grandma and I adore this kind of stuff, so we're not too worried about it. And let me bring you back up. Okay, these orange slices that I made, I don't know how long ago, sometime October, November. Do I have my lid? I made them in January, okay? They are so good. You can literally just pick them up and eat them. They're so good. Wow. Okay, let's go back down. Alrighty. I am just going to place those kind of on top of the sweet potatoes. And I might use this whole jar. It's on my list to make some more here pretty soon, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so that is what the first layer looks like. I'm going to repeat this, and then I'm going to come back to you. Okay, now I made the second layer, and I did a little thing different. I saved the juice from, a little bit of the juice from one of those cans of yams, and I used that in place of butter, and I mixed in my brown sugar and I layered that on top. Now I put on the sweet potatoes, the second layer of sweet potatoes, I added a little bit of salt. Then I put down that juice and brown sugar mixture. I sprinkled a little more brown sugar on the top, and I used all of my oranges. I have a little bit of orange canning left, and we're just going to use it up. We're not going to waste a thing. So there that is. And we're going to sprinkle with our almonds. And I think, you guys, this will be super, super good. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I've never done this before, so oh, do I want to use all of mine? No, I think I won't. I think that's enough right there. I'll save those for something else. Okay. Is my husband home? I hear the truck. Nope. Or if he is, he didn't come in through the back door. Okay, I am now going to put a lid on this, and I'm going to run it to the the guy who has the room down the hall. I'm going to use his refrigerator. I asked him last night. He's kind of a bachelor, and his refrigerator's pretty naked. So he said I could, of course. Plus, he knows he's coming to dinner, so he is willing to let me use his refrigerator. This, I think, looks so good. I kind of want to take a little bite and see how it tastes with that syrup. Let me get it. All right, now this is going to be cold. It's not going to be cooked. The syrup's not going to be thick. I don't know if it'll taste representational of what we want it to taste like, but we are going to try it. And even if it's disgusting, it's too bad because I made it and it's going on the table. Here we go. Let's see what we think. That is good beyond belief. Cold. Okay? Cold, people. All right, let me go put this in the refrigerator. Then I'm going to clean up my mess. It's a little too early yet to stuff the bird, so I'm going to start my baklava. Now, when you watch this video, you will not see the work that I'm doing on the baklava, but that's what I'm going to do next. I do need to run out and water my plants. I've got some laundry to do. I definitely need to take a shower. Girls got things to do, right? All right, but it's a celebration, and I want you guys to have the most beautiful turkey dinner with me ever. I know we're doing it virtually, but I really want you to feel like you were a part of this because it's you guys who made this possible. I don't ever want to lose sight of that. It's you guys. All right, you guys are awesome. You're wonderful. And of course, I adore you guys. So we're going to have this big dinner, right? I wish I could feed you all in real time, in real life, but virtual is what we're going to do. And, you know, then we're going to make gift baskets later in the week for people who use the food bank because that's what we do, right? We give back where we can. We appreciate our friends and neighbors. We are kind to people. At least we try. We don't always, you know, we're not always at our best, and I understand that, myself included, but we try. All right? All right. I'll be back. All right, here's turkey out of the oven. I'm going to go ahead and lift it out of the pan and get those vegetables out and start cooking the side dishes. Okay, well, the turkey's done. It has been pulled out of the oven. The meat has been removed off of its carcass. My potatoes and carrots are delicious. My gravy is done. The side dishes are still in the oven. That's additional stuffing, sweet potatoes, and green bean casserole. Now, I pulled my baklava out of the oven and I'm going to put the syrup on, but that is not for this video. All right, we made it to the end of turkey dinner. It's been a long day, people. I am going to sample for you the dishes that we made. So this is what my plate looks like. Can you see that? All right. So let's see what we think, all right? The first thing I'm going to taste is the turkey and the gravy. Turkey and gravy. Okay. There is nothing wrong with that. That is delicious. It'll make great hot leftovers for the next few days, and it will make great turkey sandwiches. The turkey's moist, the gravy is yummy. Now, full disclosure, the turkey I made, of course, myself. The gravy is instant gravy packets. I just like it that way. But I had so much beautiful turkey drippings at the bottom of the pan that's exactly why I do it that way. I put a little water in the bottom of that turkey pan, and then I check it later and add a little bit more if necessary. And then the drippings that drop down, they just steam instead of evaporate, and they are gorgeous. So that was really good. I'm going to say a 10 on the turkey and gravy. I would not be embarrassed to serve that to any of you. All right, let's go for the second dish. After the turkey, let's try a bite of the stuffing. Now, I generally love my stuffing, so here is stuffing and gravy. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That I would give a 10 out of 10. Okay. Again, would not be embarrassed to serve that to any of you. All right. All of my 1,000 subscribers, you would like it. Maybe. I don't know. All right. This is always my favorite when I make a turkey dinner. And I know that sounds funny, but I love my roasted potatoes and my carrots. So here's a bite of the roasted potato with a little bit of gravy and the carrot. I love this part. I like the vegetables better than the meat, but generally, here it is. Those carrots are so sweet. They are so delicious. The potatoes are perfect. I would not change a thing. Let's try the sweet potatoes with the gorgeous little candied marshmallows on the top. I do have some thoughts about this, so I'm going to give you my honest opinion, okay? Here are the sweet potatoes or the yams or whatever they were with some of the marshmallows. All right, let's see what we think. The taste is really, really good. The texture, not so much. So I canned those yams about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe 5 weeks ago. And looking back on it now, I will not do them ever again. And I'll tell you why. A, they were a lot of work. They are hard to peel and they are hard to cut. And for that much effort to get such a mushy product, no. I would rather just buy them already canned at the grocery store. Now, I did like the orange slices in this, but I'm not 100% happy. So I think I'm going to do something about it. Tonight, when I'm putting my leftovers away, I am going to run these sweet potatoes or yams or whatever they were through the strainer so that I'm left with only solid. And then tomorrow, when it's cold, I'm going to run it through my Vitamix and sort of like make a puree. And then I'm going to rebake it with the marshmallows on the top. And I think it'll be really good as a, is it puree? Is puree the word I want? As a puree. But to actually try to have them like this and call them sweet potatoes or yams and have them have any kind of texture to them, no. Now, I still think they taste good. I just don't love the texture. So lesson learned. We don't know until we try. I am not ever going to can sweet potatoes or yams again. It's just not worth it. But I would not have known that had I have not tried it. I am going to take another bite because I do love the marshmallow part. And do I still have it over there? Hold on a second. I absolutely loved the oranges in it. The oranges were so good. I think that'll puree down and be absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take another bite. There we go. Okay. So I will add a clip tomorrow of what I think is in my mind and how it actually turns out. Okay. I love that. That orange in there is so good. Okay. Now, the last thing I think is a fail. I'm pretty sure it's a fail. And I think it's a fail of my own making. So generally when you make green bean casserole, you are using canned green beans and usually it comes out perfect, right? But today I decided I'll use half of my 2 cans of green beans and then I'll add those remaining green beans that I had that I put in the freezer. But what I didn't account for is that I didn't cook those beans. So I had raw green beans with my canned green beans and then I tried to make a green bean casserole out of it. And to tell you the truth, I'm never gonna lie to you guys. It wasn't good. Grandma couldn't eat it. She didn't like hers. My husband, who is, hard pressed to criticize my food, although he can be brutally honest at times, the best he could say was, darling, it is not your best. And honestly, I think that they were being generous. I took a bite of it earlier and didn't like it. I'm gonna take a bite for you guys because I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay? I'm scared. Here we go. Yeah. No, that is not good. In fact, stay right there. Honey, will you hand me your can of pop, please? All right. Yeah. That requires some stuff to be washed down. So here we go. Now, the cream of mushroom soup that we made, excuse me, I have no manners. The cream of mushroom soup that we made, I think that's good, right? But the mix between the frozen green beans that I didn't cook and the canned green beans, the texture's bad. So if you guys were at my house and you were eating this and you left it on your plate because it was horrible, I would completely understand. And, not everything can be a win-win, and that is not a win-win. So what did I like the best? All right, I'll tell you. I liked the carrots and potatoes with gravy on top the best. After that, I liked the stuffing with the gravy. After that, I liked the turkey with the gravy. I loved the taste of the yams and the oranges, so good, especially with the little browned marshmallows on the top, but I did not love the texture. So it's going to get low marks because the texture is everything, right? And the texture on that was not great. I might have been embarrassed had you guys been here and 2 of my dishes were less than perfect, but life is messy. Maybe we'd have just enjoyed each other's company and congratulated ourselves on 1,000 subscribers between the two of us, all of us, and let it go. The green beans are going to the birds tomorrow. The sweet potatoes, if I can't make them into something nice tomorrow, they will also go to the birds tomorrow, and the birds will be happy. They will love it. I'm going to grab a piece of pie and see what we think about the pie, okay? I'll be back. Okay, now we are going to try a bite of the pumpkin pie. Now, normally I put whipped cream on my pumpkin pie, but I'm not going to tonight because honestly, I am too full. So let's see what we think. Addie said he took a bite, he ate a piece, and he said it was good. So let's see what we think. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good, but I am too full to eat any more than that. So, our dinner got a little bit of mixed reviews. Did I have fun making it? Yes, I did. I think that most of it turned out really good. Life isn't always 100% right. You got to take your wins and your losses with good grace and dignity. And then you chuck it all to the birds when you're done. All right. I will see you guys for episode 2. Episode 2 is the baklava and the chocolate cake. All right? All right. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. You are probably finishing up watching part 1 of the 1,000 celebration subscribers. And by the time you get through this, you will have seen that a couple of my dishes were not great. The green bean casserole was a total disaster. And my sweet potatoes were just mush. Like baby food mush. And I did not enjoy the texture. So we're going to see if we can fix it up. Now, I don't have a recipe, but I strained my sweet potatoes and put them in my Vitamix. And this is what we're going to do. We are going to add 2 eggs. Okay, let's do that. There is 1 and 2 right there. We're going to add some flour. Guessing, oh, maybe 1/4 of a cup. Let's Well, I'm just going to add the rest of it. That's probably 1/2 cup. And we're going to add some baking powder. Maybe a teaspoon. I'm going to mix all of that up in my Vitamixer. And then I'm going to put it in a greased baking dish and we're going to bake it and see if we can find something else. See if that will hit the spot. Now, you can see it right down here. But I'm not going to leave the camera on while I blend because that's just annoying. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I processed that in my blender. It looks like baby food. We're just going to taste it. I'm not adding any other ingredients. It'll do what it's going to do. So let's see. It tastes really good. So let's pop it in a casserole dish. Let's bake it. When it's done baking, I'll throw new marshmallows on the top. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be good because this tastes good. It's just that the texture when it was supposed to be sweet potatoes or yams baked was awful. We'll see if we can fix it. If not, the birds are going to love it tomorrow. Okay? All right. Okay, I buttered my dish, and now I'm just going to pour this in there. Let's see if I can get a spatula. Do I have one? Oh, because all my dishes are dirty. Oh, that's disappointing. Here's a clean one. Okay, here we go. This already has all kinds of butter and sugar, brown sugar and orange and all sorts of good stuff in there. So we're just gonna put it in the oven, and I'll check on it in about an hour and we'll see how it is. Wish me luck, people. It's either going to be yummy for us or it's going to be super yummy for the birds. However it goes, halas, I'm done with it. All right. All right. I have pulled that sweet potato remake out of the oven, and we're going to go ahead and taste it and see if we like it any better. At this point, it's sort of like, you know, whatever. If we like it, we'll eat it. If we don't, the chickens are going to love it tomorrow. So this is what it looked like coming out of the oven. And I have a little bit on my plate. I don't know how hot it is. It smells good. There's my nose, right? My nose is in it every time. Okay. I'm going to find the marshmallow top. Ooh, that looks really hot. I might have to wait a minute because that looks like it's going to burn the top of my mouth off. Yeah, let me come back in a minute or two. That looks a little. Okay, I just took the tiniest little nibble, but let's see what we think. It's good. I do like the texture of this one better than when it was sort of chunky and was supposed to have a solid texture. I think when this one cools a little bit more, it'll be a little more solid. It tastes really good. I don't know that I want to eat the whole casserole dish of it. It's a lot. It's very sweet. It's very rich. But, you know, if this were in a pretty little crystal dish, you know, as part of a meal and it was hot and fabulous, I think that I would like it. It's good. I think that I am going to let this completely cool, put it in the refrigerator, and see how I like it for breakfast in the morning. At any rate, it is way better than what I served yesterday. So I don't know if the birds are still going to get it or most of it or half of it or any of it, but I like it. It's good. I love the oranges in there. Okay. That concludes, I think, part one.